Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Equality and Rights for All. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have two great topics for today's show in which they actually tie together. Um, the first topic is Title 42, which is the border restrictions, is ending on May 23rd. And the second topic is let's work together to help Border Patrol agents and help fix the broken immigration system. So let's get right into these two topics. Again, they tie in together, like I said. But let's get right into the first part. For those of you out there who do not know what Title 42 is, it is the border restrictions that were placed by the uh, prior uh, presidential administration, meaning not the Biden administration, the one right before him, and um, in which those were very strong restrictions. And because last year there was a huge problem with thousands upon hundreds upon thousands of illegal immigrants crossing over the border and stuff. So there was a huge problem. So um, that's why um, actually, I think this was yeah, it was last year that there was this big problem, and or it could also have been like 2 years ago as well. Who knows? But anyways, there was big problems. I'm almost sure this was last year actually. And anyways, um, so there was a big problem with tons and tons of illegal immigrants crossing over the border, and Um, Border Patrol agents had a very difficult time, uh, especially like in Florida, Texas, and in quite a few other states. And but anyways, um, so there was this law called Title 42, which put a bunch of restrictions on for our borders, and that's going to end on May 23rd. Now, I strongly believe that basically for any law, let's say if you don't like a certain law and that law ends on a certain period of time, you know, if whomever that president in office is at that time, when that law is up, you know, I always believe in one thing: if you're going to let that law lapse and no longer uh, be in existence once it ends, come up with something else more humane, more suitable as well, basically an equal to the one prior, and come up with, something that's humane and reasonable to take the place of the law that is soon to be extinct. So, you know, that's just pure common sense. And how do you go about doing this? Is you get the heads uh, of government from both sides or all sides or whatever, and you hear the problems, you hear their ideas, and you come to some sort of median to where both sides can get something of what they want, and it would be a reasonable way of doing things and a more humane way, and get that passed into law and just you know um so honestly, and don't wait to the last second to get things done. Like I just said, this ends on May 23rd. Okay, don't wait to the last second. Like 2 days ahead of time. Oh, we gotta rush around now to get this fixed. When this law ends, we got quite a bit of time still left. We got a few weeks left. Don't wait till the goddamn last second to say, hey, we got to pull our brains out of our asses and do our fucking jobs and get shit done. Don't wait till the last second to do it. You know, really work on it now. Come to resolutions now. You know, and both sides can't say, well, we're just not going to listen to the other side. We're just going to want what we want, and that's it. And we're not going to work together with nobody, and that's it. Bullshit. Get your fucking heads out of your asses. Start to use common sense for once in your lives, and do the things the proper way by, um, like I said, listening to both sides and coming to some sort of median agreement to where both sides can be happy. Not just me all the time. Seriously. And this is why I basically begged the White House, the Biden administration, the heads of the other two houses, from the House of Representatives of the United States and also the United States Senate, come together with your highest officials, right, from both sides of the aisle, okay? Meet, listen to both sides, and come to some sort of an agreement. Honestly. Now, I believe it was sometime last year, that uh, certain states were sending law enforcement officials to help the border patrol agents. Okay, so a lot of these states, or the governors or whatever, were sending other law enforcement officials to the borders to help the border patrol agents. Okay, law enforcement officials in general, police, state troopers, border patrol agents, so on and so forth, they do not have an easy job. Their jobs are very difficult. Okay, they put their lives on the line every single solitary day for us. Okay, so um, if state officials, state high officials, governors, whatever, are willing to say, hey, listen, we'll send certain law enforcement officials to the borders to help the border patrol agents, we'll help them out because they need more people to help them out. We're willing to do that part. Then the United States government can say, if you guys are willing to do that part to help out, we can work out another way to do things uh, from a federal level, from Washington, D.C. We can help you guys out in a ton of other ways as well to help fix this whole thing so that way you guys are doing your part, we'll do our part, and we all work together. Okay? So, if they do that, they have to also add in the fact that whoever gets whatever law enforcement gets sent to the borders to help the border patrol agents, they have to agree on just one thing. They have to go by the law that the border patrol agents have to follow. You can't send state troopers say, "Well, we're not border patrol agents. We go by our own laws," you know, and stuff like that. No, one set of laws to all those who help protect the borders. That's it. Plain and simple. So now, um, we could do things that way. You know, do we, now let's get into the second part, which is let's work together to help Border Patrol agents and help fix the broken immigration system. And also a part of this is, um, uh, the wall situation, that Great Wall from the prior administration. You got to work on that issue as well. Somehow you gotta do something with that to help fix the broken parts that were not complete. And so you got to do that. And We gotta help the immigration courts, okay, and you know, to fix that. So, but then, well, we gotta help the broken immigration system. We gotta the courts, the immigration courts are backed up for generations. Okay, backed up for years and years and years and years and years. We gotta fix that part too. Okay. Uh, so we gotta fix this all around, and that's just why I'm. This is another reason why I'm saying, don't wait till the last second to do things. All right. So now, um, you know, we gotta all work together to fix the situation. It's not about pleasing your bases. All right. Put that aside. Let's just stick with the facts. Stick with the facts. What are the facts? Facts. Title 42, the border restrictions are ending on May 23rd. Come up with something more humane or more reasonable to be like it's sort of equal in a way. Work on that. We got to help the border patrol agents. They got a very difficult job. We got to face the facts of that. You know, state high officials can do their part, but they also need yes, a lot of assistance from the higher brass, Washington D.C., to help them as well. At the same time, uh, do something with that Great Wall, quote unquote. Do something with that or whatever, you know. And we have to help the immigration courts. We got to help them. They are backlogged for decades. Okay, we got to help fix that. Now, since we're also on this topic, there's another part of this, also part of the facts. Okay, and what are these facts? These are the other facts, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, yes, it's nice to be nice. It's nice to help other people when you can. Absolutely. Okay. But facts are can't just have open border and say, everybody around the world, come on in. No rules and regulations, none of that. Can't have that. That's like opening your doors to your home and say, everybody come on in. No, can't have that. Common sense. I know this is going to be a tough pill for many people to swallow, but it's a fact. Another fact, we do not have endless amount of money, nor endless amount of land, nor endless amount of resources. Do we have a lot of it? Yes. But we don't have endless amount of these things. These are just facts, ladies and gentlemen. Not to be mean, it's not to be biased or whatever. Simple facts. Okay? And um, you know, so simple, I mean, these are some things that are just they need to be brought to the table. Like I said, to resolve any problem. I've said this many, many times in many other episodes. Fix any problem, any situation, you got to put all the cards out on the table, all of the cards. Okay? No more turning a blind eye to these things. No more sweeping things under the rug. No more turning the other cheek to these things. No more saying, well, I just got to please my base and that's it. And, I'm afraid that, to go against my base and stuff like that. No, no, no. This ends. Okay? And so, just like with any place in life, with any place, there are laws, there are rules and regulations, and as long as they're reasonable, they need to be enforced. They need to be enforced. You know, I'll give you another fact, ladies and gentlemen. Another fact. You know, a few years ago when we had a lot of immigrants come to the United States, they were placed in these places in which um, uh, really not so humane, really. And yes, did it keep a roof over their heads and stuff like that? Yes, but like I said, they were not completely humane and stuff like that. So we need to really improve on these things. And here's another fact. Here's another fact. A lot of illegal immigrants have been coming to this country and to be on religious lands, where churches were the head of these places, and these people came in, uh, for asylum and stuff like that. And here's the thing: when immigrants come to this country, illegal immigrants, illegal immigrants come to this country. When they do so, and they go onto these religious lands, that are controlled by the churches and other holier than thou places or whatever, those illegal immigrants cannot be touched at all because it's religious lands now. So um, that's why I think in the prior administration, when they found out that some uh, illegal immigrants were on these religious lands and stuff like that, and they try to get a hold of these illegal immigrants and um, the holier than thou people, the grand high poobas or whatever the hell you call them, they would say, no, 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 this is religious land. You can't come on to here, and so on and so forth. So, you know, you gotta really work on these things, honestly. So, these are just facts, and I know there's a lot of conservative religious people that say, "How dare you talk about religion and blah 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 blah." These are just facts. I'm not talking bad about religion, but these are the facts. So um, that's why those uh, federal agents or those federal workers cannot get a hold of those immigrants because those immigrants were on holier than thou lands and they were protected by the Grand High Poobahs. So they could not be touched. So this is another thing. And, when we're talking about a topic like this, ladies and gentlemen, you know, maybe the higher brass, the higher powers that be, they could say, hey, listen, you know, maybe we can work things out in a better way to where, if the religious people want to go to uh, that other country to where these immigrants are coming from, if those religious leaders want to go to there, we can give them a lot more assistance um, in government funding wise and whatever, and really help them out, like and like when they go to when these religious leaders go when they go to the other countries to like help battered women or whatever the case may be, maybe the government can send some uh can work with the higher brass of the other countries and say, listen, we would like to help uh, such and such a group by having some government buildings to where they can have, you know, uh, proper medical aid and therapeutic aid that and stuff like that, and we'll send like um, uh, our uh, military medical personnel to go over there and help out and start and to help them out over there, whatever the case may be, something along those lines, right? And try to work things out that way, you know, so that way it wouldn't be such a burden on land and here in the United States and stuff like that. So, but to work things out, we all got to work together, ladies and gentlemen. We may not get exactly what we want, the way that we want it or whatever, but whichever way that they can work it out and show that they're willing to work together, so be it. So be it. But anyways, I want to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. The link to there is awldny.com. You guys could check out all the products on there, and all the products that you see on there, we actually make ourselves. Also, I want to remind all my fans out there about my other business that I have, my other website called Advocate Information Highway, and the link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that's AIHNY.com. And you guys can check out all the pages on there. On the homepage of the website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the link to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products, and they're up for sale on there. Also, on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the links to the two books that I wrote. And if you follow those links, you guys can check out both of my books, and you guys can also purchase both of my books as well. And so, with that, take care, everybody. Bye.